this session. All right, so we're going to get started just with the jog. I will try and modify or show you some variations of things where possible. Otherwise, we'll just get going. We're going to use a bell. So we're going to start with a jog just to get you warmed up. So just start moving there. Just going to move my screen. That's it. And we'll just start jogging. So get yourself nice and warm. Move your arms and your feet. We've got some exercise gear on. Just ignore these bells for the time being. I'm just going to keep you working through them. Cool. Another 30 seconds. And off we go. Keep that going. Good. So we're going to start with our arms. So the jog's just to get us warmed up. And then we're going to move on to some push-ups. So 10 seconds, you're going to come down onto your mat. You can do it on your hands or your knees. Okay, got 10 seconds to get yourself ready. Come down onto your knees. You can either stand up on your toes, yeah, or drop to your knees. Eyes forward, bring that chest down. So coming as low as you can to the ground. Making sure your elbows are sitting on top of your hands. Try and tuck your hips under. And just come down and up. You can do it at whatever pace suits you. Breathe in on the way down, out on the way up. And make sure you're looking just slightly forward. Your head's not dropping too low. Okay, we're coming into a mountain climber. So come up onto your hands. Just holding there, and you're going to slowly drive one knee up to your chest. Great. Keep that going. One leg, then the other. Keep driving forward. So our next exercise, we're going to do a dip. So if you have a chair handy, you can do it on there, or we can just do it on the floor. But with this exercise here, just keep your shoulders right on top of your hands. You can obviously speed this up a bit if you want. Okay, so dips on the floor, pop your hands forward, raise your hips high, and you'll just bend those hands back behind you. If you do have a chair handy, keep that going. You can use your chair, just make sure it's stable. You don't want anybody falling off the chair. Bend and stretch those arms right back behind you. And make sure your back's nice and straight. We've got 8 seconds. That's great. And we'll come back to your mat. Just come away from your mat. I'm going to do what's called a shoulder tap. So you're back in plank and you're trying to tap your opposite shoulder. If you need to do this on your knees, it's a modified version. Otherwise, come up on those hands. Make sure your hips stay really still. That's the goal. You don't want to try and swing too much from side to side. Keep that nice and controlled. Hips are down. Tummy's pulled into your spine. And when the bell goes, we're going back to a jog. Great. Okay. Up again. Have a drink if you need to. And move your feet really fast. Get yourself nice and warm. Swing those arms. Keep that going. Here we go. Fast feet, fast feet. And then when the bell goes in 10 seconds, I'm going to come back to your mat for some push-ups. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Coming back down. Knees or toes. Arms wide. Ready? And down and up. Keeping that tummy pulled in, bringing your chest down, eyes looking slightly forward. That's great. And big push. Down and up. Make sure you breathe. In on the way down, out on the way up. That's good. Keep going. All right, this is mountain climbers again. Pop those hands right underneath you. Extend your feet and drive those knees up into your chest. Making sure your shoulders stay right over your hands. And you can speed this up or slow it right down. So you make sure your bottom stays down in a nice flat plank position. Breathe through. Keep driving those knees up to your chest. Push up between your shoulders and spin around. So this is dips. You have a chair or bench. You do it on the floor, hands forward. Raise your hips and down and up. So you're pushing those elbows back behind you. You're bending and stretching. Trying to keep those hips up. Down and up. Breathe through. That's good. And stretch. Then we'll come into our shoulder tucks next. Okay, spinning back around. So you're on your toes or your knees, which is easier. Keeping everything still and try and tap your opposite shoulder. Keep those hips as still as you can. Dropping down, pull your tummy in. Push up between those shoulder blades and keep those hands right underneath your shoulders. A little still. Working through your arms. When the bell goes, coming into what's called an ice skater. That was our arms. I'm going to work our legs. We're going to step wide, step behind. That's good. Speed it up and slow it down. Just make sure you have a nice straight back. And the lower you go, the harder it is. Get down low, tuck behind. Head up. Okay, you've got 5 seconds. Now we're working our legs. So I'm going to come into a squat. Make sure your feet are parallel. Find it easy just to slide your hands down and slide them back up your legs. Watching your knees aren't coming forward. So head up, down and up. That's great. And squatting. So weight should be in your heels. You have to lift your toes slightly. Get that back straight. Pull your tummy to your spine. And bending and stretching. That's good. Okay, lunge. So take one leg in front of the other. Think about bending both legs evenly. Shoulders back, eyes forward. Come down and up. Watch these front knees not going too far over your foot. So the legs need to be far enough apart so you can bend and stretch. Shoulders down and back. Tummy in, eyes straight ahead. Think of a piece of string lifting you up so your back is nice and straight. Bend and stretch. Okay, shake them out. Got the other legs to do. Maybe lopsided. Back leg back. And we're going to bend them evenly down and up. That's good. Again, keeping everything straight. Pull those shoulders down. Tummy in. Tuck your hips under. Down and up. That's good. You've got 8 seconds. Then you get to lay back down on your mat. 3, 2, and 1. I want you to lie down. I want you to raise your hips so you're in a bit of a glute bridge. I want you to think about squeezing one leg as you just lift one leg, then pop it down, squeeze the other glute, lift the other side. Squeeze and lift. Keeping those hips nice and high. When you sit down a lot, your glutes get a bit lazy. I'm going to make them work today. Working from one side to the other. Okay, up you get. We're back to ice skaters and do all that again. So this way you step wide, step behind. Have a drink whenever you need to. Eyes forward. And come down low, if it's a bit harder, you can just stay quite upright, make it easier. Step wide, step behind. So breathe through. Need a drink, just grab it. Any point. Okay, shake those legs, you've got squats. So, look down at your feet, make sure they're hip width apart, that your toes are even. Shoulders back, and just coming down like you're sitting on a chair. So take your weight back behind you. Try not lunge with your knees forward. Down and up. Now, if you want to increase the intensity, you can add a little jump. Otherwise, just come down and up. That's good. And through. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Okay, shake it out. And one leg in front of the other. Shoulders down and back. Pull your tummy in and we're lunging. So make sure your front knee is tracking straight ahead in a straight line. That both legs are bending evenly. And that you're not coming too far forward as you lunge. Eyes forward. That's great. Head up, tummy in, shoulders back. Think about your posture. Bend and stretch. Okay, shake it out. And we'll go to the other side. Eyes forward. Get ready. And lunge. Down and up. Shoulders back. Tuck that hip under. Breathe through. That's good. You can increase the pace if you want a bit harder, or you can just take it at your own pace, slow it down. That's good. 3, 2, 1, come back to your mat. We'll work through those glutes again. Now to the side, you roll those hips up. Try and squeeze one side, lift one leg. Pop that down, other side. That's great. Lift and hold. Really try and feel your glutes supporting you. Make sure it engages before you change legs. Think about that first. That's good. Lift and hold. Okay, up you go. So we're going to do a shuffle back to a bit of cardio. So you're just going to move your feet forward and back. If you find these uncomfortable, you can just come back to a jog. Otherwise, just shuffling forward and back. Work our back muscles. We've done our arms, we've done our legs. Focus back a bit more. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Come and stand at the end of your mat. Reach your arms up, bend your knees. Walk yourself out to a plank. Walk, bend your knees. Walk yourself back in again. So bend Walk yourself out. Hold that plank. Walk yourself in. And lift. Walking out. And plank. Walking in. And lift. Keep that going. Walking back in. Standing up, soft knees. All right, come into this plank position. I want you to hold for 2. Count 1, 2. And just walk back in. Have a bit of a stretch to a downward dog. And walking out. Tuck those hips. Hold 1, 2. Walking back. Have a stretch through your legs, through your arms. Walking out. 1, 2. And walk back in. That's it. Walk it out. Just hold, push up between your shoulders. Walk back in and stretch. And walking out. And walking back. Keep that going. That's good. So my phone's ready for my double stop. There we go. Okay, we'll move on. All right, so we're going to come into opposite arm and leg raise next. So hands are right underneath your shoulders. Lift your leg back and lift your right arm. Hold 3, 2, 1, and change. Lift one leg, lift one arm, hold 3, 2, 1, and change. Take one leg back, lift and hold, and change. Lift. So it's opposite arm and leg. Try and get that arm at shoulder height and leg is at hip height. Send it back and lift. Okay, you're going to hold a plank position now. This can be done on your elbows or you can do it up on your hands. I'm going to come down onto my elbows, tuck your toes and tuck your hips and hold. If you find this really difficult, you can just drop your knees and hold that position. Otherwise, tuck your hips under, pull your tummy in, push up between your shoulder blades. Make sure your head's in a nice straight line with the rest of your body. Hold it there. Breathe. Okay, back to the shuffles or a jog. So, shake it out. And ready, you're going to shuffle. Loosen everything up. You can swing your arms. Just relax it all down. Again, if it's uncomfortable to do this, just do a little jog. I'm going to repeat all those exercises that we just did. Swing those arms. Your hands lifted. 3, 2, 1. We start with the walkout. Stretch up, bend your knees, walk yourself out to the plank and walking back and extend. Walk it out, soft knees, tuck those hips, walking in and lift yourself up. Walk it out, nice plank position and lift. Walk it out, tuck your hips, come back in and lift. Got 3, 2, and 1. So last time we did a plank, push to downward dog. You can continue with that. Or we're going to add a little variation this time, which I call the plank toe touch. So plank, walk in, tap one toe. Walk back out, tap your other toe. So moving from plank back to a downward dog, but touching your opposite foot. Walking back and tap. Walking back and tap. Make sure your tummy's pulled in the whole time, and as you come back to plank, just watch you don't dip your hips. All right, opposite arm and leg raise. So this is where your hands are right underneath your shoulders. You're going to extend one leg, hip height, lift the opposite arm, and then change. Do the other side. and change. Lift and change. Try and hold for about 3 seconds on each exercise. Change when the bell goes. We're back in plank. Lift and hold. Okay, elbows or hands. Tuck it under. Tuck your toes. And try and hold. If it's too hard, drop your knees. So just watch that your bottom's not sticking up and it's not dropping down. Just really tuck hips under, pull your tummy in, lift up between your shoulder blades, and hold. Keep pulling that tummy in, keep lifting up. Make sure your head's not dropping lower than your body. Put it in a straight line. Hold. And then we're back to a bit of movement. All right. This time, I'm going to jump over your mat from side to side. So just keep your back up nice and straight. And just step over. Now you can take it really easy and just step, or you can jump it up. Get a bit more aerobic workout. Up to you. You can put 2 feet down or just put 1 foot on the ground. Just keep that head up, shoulders down the back. Got 10 seconds. We're going to work on our stomach. Okay, come on down. All right, all you're going to do here, just focus on your belly. And with a neutral spine, just pull it into your spine. So just pull your tummy in, hold it, and let it go. Just pull it in. Just try and engage your core, and let it go. Pull it in, and let it go. Just pull. Just this simple action can really help getting those muscles working properly. Okay, I'm going to pop your hands under your bottom. Lift your legs up. We're going to do a reverse crunch. So here you'll rock your knees in. Try and lift your bottom up off your hands. And then you need to put your tummy in as well. So rock and lift. Rock. Pulling your tummy to your spine. Try not lift your feet to lift you up. Your tummy has to do the work. So tuck those feet down. Tummy in. Pull. Sit. Breathing through. Okay, arms out to the side now. Keep your legs elevated. So in a what's called a tabletop position. Pull your tummy in. Pull your shoulders into the mat. Squeeze your knees. Just gently rock them one way. You'll feel the opposite shoulder blade want to come off the ground. So pull it down. Pull your tummy in. Rock your knees to the other side. Pull your tummy in. And rock. Pull your tummy in. Might be a little crack through your back. Just a very gentle movement. So you can take it as low as you can control or just very small. Okay, put one hand behind your head, one hand on your thigh, pull your tummy in. We're just going to do a little pulse. So it's a very gentle, small movement. So you're not relaxing your rib cage, it's all down. It's just a gentle pulse. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Keep pulling your tummy in. So your tummy's not allowed to relax. Okay, switch other hand. Just gently coming up, just as high as you can. Try and get your fingertips to the top of your knee. And up we get one more round of that as well. So jumping over your mat, side to side. And let's go. One more time over your tummy. Stepping over. Head up, shoulders down. And you can slow it right down or speed it up, depending how hard you want to work. That's good. Bring your arms. focusing on your tummy, where we just want you to pull it into your spine. Ready? Pull it in and hold. 3, 2, 1. Let it go. So I don't want you to move your hips. You just have to pull your tummy in. Suck it to your spine and let it go. Pull it in and let it go. Really trying to feel what's going on. Make sure you can feel those muscles working. And pull it in. Okay, we're going to reverse crunch. So hands under your bottom, rock those knees in. And rock, pulling your tummy in again. So moving that forward and back. Trying to lift your bottom up off your hands, but also feel what your tummy's doing. Pull it into your spine. That's good. And rock. Focus on your tummy. If you find it too easy, you can take the hands away from your bottom. It's a bit harder. All right, arms out to the side, legs are up. Pull those shoulder blades down into the mat. And just gently rock those knees one way and the other side. So if you do have a slightly sore back, just do a very gentle movement from side to side. I'm going to work that core a little bit harder. Really take it as far as you can, but don't let it flop onto the ground. You have to control it. Rocking from side to side. Pull your tummy in. Okay, feet are down. One hand, one thigh, one hand behind your head. Just looking up past your knees, pull your tummy in. Doing a very gentle pulse. Tummy to your spine. Try and not relax your tummy. Keep pulling those muscles in. And don't come all the way back to the mat. And other side. Pulse, pulse, pulse. When the bell goes, we're going to finish how we started, which was with a jog. Have a very quick stretch. Okay, you get just a 30-second jog. 3, 2, 1, and go. Fast as you can. Swing those arms. That's great. Fast. Feet up. Bring it halfway. Keep going. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. You get to stretch. I'm just going to stop that there. Good. Just shake it all out. Just reach one hand across. Over your shoulder, bend those knees. That's great. And relax there. Do your other side. Drop your shoulders down. Look over your shoulder. That's good. Okay, take one hand down behind your back. And you're working these fingers down. Walk them down your spine. That's good. And then the other side. Walk them down. That's great. Come and lay back down onto your mat. And just hug one knee, rotate your ankle. Do 5 times one way, 5 times the other. Take one arm out to the side, hold your knee with the opposite hand. Just pull it across your body. And just take a couple of deep breaths. And holding there. That's good. All right, hug your other knee. Pull that in. Just rotate your ankle. 5 times one way. 5 times the other. Hold that knee and then come across. Just look out to the other side. And just hug both knees. Do some gentle rocks through your back. And standing up. Well done. Thank you for joining in. Hope you enjoyed that. And yeah, that was fun. So thank you very much. I'll just stop recording.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thanks for coming in.